I've always been a huge fan of racing games, especially karting games, mostly because they usually have a lot more charm. For this video, I will be defining charm as details which don't improve gameplay, but still provide enjoyment. Keep that in mind because I'm gonna use that word a lot. Now, I'm going to compare Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing to Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. Since both titles are complete mouthfuls, I will refer to them as ASR and ASRT respectively. Without further ado,
here we go! Let's hear it, St. Paul. We might have a humdinger here. Lift off, yes! We have flight! Go, go, go! Yeah!
we all love a good announcer, right? Yeah, you do. And ASR has the best video game announcer I'm aware of.
You've joined us at Seaside Hill, and we got a race cooking for you today.
He's funny.
Any slower, fellas, and you'll be going backwards.
He's enthusiastic.
One more lap to go. Who's going to crack out there?
He's brutal.
BD Joe opening a can full of dumbass.
And he's a bit annoying.
The winner is Pete. Check your socks, son, because you drove him off today.
Everything you need in a good announcer. Now let's take a look at ASRT's announcer.
Triple blast! Drone! Ice! First place! Owning the race! Firework! Double roll! Ruling the race!
Yeah. They got the informative part down, and maybe a bit of the enthusiasm, but I just don't feel any soul behind it, or charm, if you will. I also think he's annoying, and not the good kind. Do you really need to state everything that's happening? I can see, you know. I'm not playing this blind. I am fully aware that I'm on the character select screen. You don't need to tell me.
Character select!
Ugh, whatever, I'm turning him off.
What? You're going the wrong way! Shame on you! Don't do this to me! This is my only job!
Of course, this is the one part of the game that he has personality, in the options menu. Whatever. When comparing the two, the ASR announcer easily triumphs. He feels like an actual person watching the race, commentating on overtakes, item hits, even someone driving the wrong way. The ASRT announcer is just there for you and you only. He says long shot when you get a hit from far away, but it's not the same as
Ow, nice hit from Tails.
When my character gets mentioned, I feel so much more immersed. Not only that, but if your race is boring, you still get to hear the announcer talk about what's going on. Like in a real race, the attention isn't always on you.
There you go. £265,000 for a convertible 7 Series.
It isn't.
If you're going to drive across Italy, which we're going to do, taking in some culture, that's what you need.
A brown car.
It isn't brown.
It's brown.
Now, I'm a sucker for vehicle designs. There are so many ways to design a vehicle to match the driver's personality. ASR does this very well. Everyone has different sized vehicles with vast proportions, styles, and color schemes. Dr. Eggman's, for example, resembles the egg pod he uses in other games, but this time it has massive wheels because he likes being high and mighty. Not everyone uses 4 wheels though. Shadow, Big, Alex Kidd, and Rio all use bikes because they rode bikes in their games. Except for Big though. They probably gave him a bike because he looks goofy on it. I wholeheartedly support their decision. Not all the racers are on the ground either. Tails with his plane, Ulala with her hovercraft, Juju's with their rocket, and Opa Opa with himself. My point is that ASR has a wide range of vehicles that not only look cool, but also reflect the driver's personality or history. ASRT though? Well, let's compare. You remember those guys with the bikes? Not anymore. Shadow drives a Ford Focus Madagascar edition, Alex Kidd drives a McDonald's toy, Rio drives an arcade cabinet on wheels, and Big wasn't invited to ASRT because it was gonna take Sega at least 7 more years to figure out how to fit the poor guy into a car. What about those flying fellows, you ask? Tails' car is yellow, which is the color of his fur, if you didn't know. Ulala's nose hair trimmer certainly exists, and both the Choo Choos and Opa Opa were found dead last week. Sure, there's still plenty of creativity in the designs of the vehicles in ASRT, but I think the Wacky Races level of variety in ASR has much more charm to it. Animations are probably the most important aspect when it comes to charm. They can convey so much more emotion and personality than an announcer or vehicle's design. And ASR has unique animations for each character getting hit, boosting, using their all-star, and honking their horn. Does ASRT have any of that? No. Well, mostly. Now, I will compare various animations between the games. Showing is easier than telling, after all.
But that was too soft.
Well, hopefully I've convinced you that ASR shouldn't be neglected. It's more charming in nearly every way compared to ASRT, apart from probably track designs and the transformation stuff, but that's a video for another day. I will admit that this video is most likely biased towards ASR, so I might make a follow-up video going through the advantages ASRT has. Heck, I might make separate videos going into more detail with these sections. Anyway, I hope you keep your eyes open for charming elements in your favorite games.
That's it for now, but be sure to keep your windshields peeled for more crazy racing action soon. I'm just getting started.